Hi, everyone. Welcome to SBR Sports Picks. His name's Jimmy the Bag. My name is Peter Loshak. This is the Loshak in the Bag show for Monday afternoon, May 7th. I'm feeling a little bit more like myself, Jimmy the Bag. Nice. You know what they say? They say action is the antidote to despair. You ever heard that term?
I don't know.
Action is the antidote to despair.
Like
now, that's not going to solve all your problems, but it's definitely a little bit true and definitely worth keeping in mind. Action is the antidote to despair.
That's beautiful.
That's what they say.
Last week we missed. We didn't have Twatty Latte. He's back in action.
Shout out to Twatty Latte.
Missed Loshak the most. And I don't take offense. I don't take any offense.
I understand. He's just a wonderful human being. Twatty Latte and everyone else. Greg Schneider, happy birthday,
Yeah.
Greg Schneider. Don't think we forgot from this morning. No, we still remember. It's still your birthday, Greg Schneider. And I don't know if he didn't ask for a specific birthday pick, but
no,
I mean,
he didn't want to put any pressure on you.
Yeah, I mean, we try to give good picks, you know, as much as we can every day and every week. And I've said this from day. I mean, when we start doing up the high season, Jimmy the Bag, I want us to just like openly try to manage your workload, because when you have a manageable workload and you do your you know, a manageable work research and looking into something, you're dynamite. You're killer.
That means the world to me. Thank you, man.
You remember when I said actually in the middle of NHL season, and you were just like killing NHL season, and I was like, if there were 300 pro, you know, let's say there was a league on Mars, 300 pro NHL teams instead of 30, you think you'd be doing so well? And I was like, I guarantee you, no way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt about it.
That is part of well, anything in life, but particularly sports betting. You have to manage your load. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Manage your workload. Sorry.
Okay, I didn't think I knew what load you were talking about.
Yes.
I knew what load you were talking about. I tell you, I'm very scared about college football season coming and managing the workload.
Yes,
you have such, you know, you're very experienced. You're a veteran in this game, and me handicapping all these sports on a show like this, I'm very new to it, so I'm nervous.
Unreal. So again, what we are. Is that true? Oh. That's Adog said. That's funny. I saw an ad that Prozac is the antidote to despair. That is, well, I'm not going to say. I mean, that is up for debate, right, Jimmy?
I think that's up for debate.
Prozac might be the antidote to life, not being addicted to Prozac. I don't know, but anyway, you know, action. You know, these things keep in mind. They are worth keeping in mind. Anyway, another thing to remember is that Jimmy the Bag kicked ass in the Kentucky Derby. For people who missed the morning show and might have you know, missed the Friday show, Jimmy the Bag went in depth into his best sport, which is horses, and absolutely nailed the Kentucky Derby on Justify and a bunch of matchup props. And he's going to be covering the Preakness over the next 2 weeks, and then we'll be covering Belmont over the next bunch of weeks after that. And then you said more? You're going to be covering more races?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
really?
That's just a triple crown. I mean, we have monster races, and, you know, Saratoga is going to have huge, you know, grade ones nonstop. We're going to have, they're going to be big races coming even after that. But right now, we're just going to focus on the Preakness and then the Belmont, and keep the roll on, man. It's really sweet, and I'm so happy that all these guys hit. It just makes me so happy. And Kevin K says you have to what your load?
Manage is what you have to do. That's what you have to do. And manage your load to achieve happiness in life. That's a piece of advice number 2.
I like it. I respect it. And Joseph Tucker says something I've been humming and hawing about all day, and that's whether or not I should back the Reds. Joseph Tucker is on the Reds money line. But man, this was great. You know, the last few days have been very good, and April was a tough month, and you know, we went 11 for 12 in MLB combined on Friday, and I want to roll that in. And I know with all of these guys, with all these great cappers and all of us working together, we said it, you know, 400 cappers are better than one.
Yes.
And we know that there's a very small percentage of accounts that make money in sports books, and us all working together, we will be in that 2%.
Yes. So one thing that I'm going to try to do in MLB is just stick to, not try to force things at this point in the season. In the second half of the season, when I have a better read on teams, I'll probably give more bets and more picks, but as of right now, I'm just taking what seems to be like the no-brainer plays. Fading Chris Medlin turned out to be a no-brainer play on Friday. I doubled up on that. You tripled up on that, Jim. So yeah, that's how I'm going to handle baseball. Okay, of course, just talking about NBA first of all, you know, the Boston Philly game we did cover in the morning show, and we're not going to cover it in the afternoon show because it's already started, 6 o'clock Eastern time start time. So that game is off the books now. It did close at 7 in most places. Wow.
Wow.
7. The Greeks still hanging 6.5, and I'm looking at the closing lines here. 7 across the board for Philly. So in light of how the first 3 games went, obviously someone was betting, someone with authority is betting on Philly to get a margin win there, and Jimmy and I both passed on that game.
Yeah, because if I was going to make a play, I would have made a play on the Sixers early, and I felt that the market understood that completely.
The first half closed at 5.
Yeah,
unbelievable, right?
Unbelievable. But a lot of the guys I run with came in late and said, "Yes, I'm on the Sixers. I'm on the Sixers." A lot of people said that, and I get it. But Boston is just playing too strong, and I meant it. It looks like the Boston's just going out having fun, and the Sixers have the weight of the world on their shoulders.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so we will get into baseball. There's a short slate of games today. Once again, just two quick mentions. We are doing a little. We're doing 2 things. One is a Twitter thing. Another is a BetMania thing. That's all they're things, right? They're things. So the Twitter thing is if you want Jim and I to address your tweet, you can tweet it at SBR Sports Picks and use the hashtag. What is it? Get that cash.
Get that cash.
Hashtag get that cash, and we will address it. It can be words of love, could even be words of hate, although it might not get past the social media censors. But whatever you want to tweet at us, if it gets chosen and selected by the social media people, we will address it in the middle of our shows, live on tape. And then also we're doing a thing with BetMania, where if you want to sign up with BetMania, you can just use the link in the description box of this video, and then people will know, BetMania will know that you found out about BetMania by watching the Loshak and the Bag show. All right, Jimmy the Bag, let's move on to MLB, shall we?
We shall. And I'd already spoken about the Reds game, and man, maybe Parlay Poppy nailed it here, as he often does. If you are on the Reds game, big value, team total over 2.5 at plus 105 for both teams' first 5 innings.
I mean, that's what I was thinking. In the morning, actually, I did not give any MLB picks. Jim did. I did give NHL picks and NBA picks, which we'll get to in a second. Jim gave, once again, in the morning show for MLB only, Philly over 9, Twins money line plus 122, and Oakland money line plus 125. I had a lot of plays that I was thinking about, and one of them was definitely Mets first 5 team total over 2.5, and the full game, which was just 4.5 on the team total over. Again, Jim, just 3 picks. Philly over 9, which a bunch of people said they liked in the morning show. And interestingly, San Francisco has taken a good amount of line movement there. It's all the way up to minus 121 at Pinnacle. Wow. Twins money line at plus 122, and that line has moved about 3 or 4 cents in your favor, Jim. And then also the Philly game over 9, and that line is right dead exactly on where it was in the morning. Although before that it was 8.5. Tomohiro Tomor notably jumped on the over at 8.5.
Makes sense. Got ahead of the market there, and a lot of people going back and forth on this Matt Moore-Fulmer thing, back and forth. People liking both sides there. I'm looking forward to break these games down further. I would like to add plays. Kevin K says I would put 3 units on both of those first 5 team totals, and he doesn't. His book doesn't allow it. Mine doesn't either.
What, the first 5 inning team totals? That's interesting because Pinnacle does, which is interesting. Pinnacle, of course, is very scared, as well they should be. A book that takes professional action, which you would know if you go to sportsbookreview.com. So they are very careful about offering derivatives that can be pounded away by the sharps. But as of right now, Pinnacle definitely offers first 5 inning team total overs. The Mets right now 2.5 minus 106. The Reds 2.5 minus 103, and the Mets on the full game just 4.5 minus 136. Those are
Reds full game.
Reds full game 4.5 minus 115. Those are all pretty much leans for me as of right now. Pretty much leans. Pretty much.
Yeah, which game? What do we want to start with?
Well, why don't you start with anything that you want to discuss, Jim? Are there any? Well, first of all, are there any bets you want to add?
I'm going in. There's nothing. I'm all those leans I have not turned into plays. But why don't we break down this Mets Reds game and see if there's a move that I should make?
Okay.
First off, if both lineups were even, who would you trust more in this contest, PJ Conlon or Homer Bailey?
That is you asked the hard question, Jimmy. I mean, Conlon is a total unknown at this point. He does have some upside in the minors earlier in his career. This year, his minor league stats were a little bit iffy, but he does have I mean, he's a crafty lefty. There's not going to be that much film on him, and supposedly he throws strikes, so he's not going to hurt himself. So I'm expecting. I would say we're going to see 5 innings, 3 runs from him.
I think that is a pretty good, pretty sound
prediction.
projection. Yeah. I don't know. I can't pull the trigger on Homer Bailey and the Reds. And even though the Reds have been hitting lefties well, I think you are right. This is a crafty guy, not a believed in prospect. I mean, he's not even in the top 10 of the Mets organization. Right. And in the Vegas numbers, I mean, it's just 24 innings, small sample size, and we know how crazy it is in Vegas, how high offensive the production is just enormous. He looked very good in spring training. I'm not sure. I really am not sure what to say. Parlay Poppy says Homer Bailey's also 2-5 over-under in his last 7 starts.
Mm-hmm.
Lost all of them, but he doesn't really get blown out 4 or 5 runs per game like our boy, Mr. Matt Moore, which I guess we'll get to soon. Noster Total says, so much more pop with the Mets. Give me fake Cologne on the run line. Wow. Greg Schneider says, fade Homer. Wow, I just can't make a move. I just can't comfortably make a move. And even with the team total overs, I can't. I guess, I don't think Homer Bailey is a 1.25 whip. Yeah,
I mean, he's been having issues with the long ball, of course, and I think he is, he's probably going to be, good enough to stick around for a few more weeks or a few more months, sorry. And he's probably going to have a few starts where people are looking to auto fade him and get burned. My sense is if you just auto fade him blindly, you'll come out on top.
Probably.
Probably not going to win every game though.
But we've seen from these vets that they can put it together and you get a ton of value on them. I mean, Shields, how many innings did he go perfect or no hitter this past weekend? I mean, so you know what? I'm going to comfortably stay off this game. Just like CC Fitness is saying, stay off it, Jimmy. Sometimes the best bet is the one you don't make. I'm going to comfortably stay off this game. And Elio Rodriguez says Homer is not a bum. He's allowed 8 home runs in just 39 in the third innings, but a 1.25 whip is nice. It means that when he gets hit hard.
Yeah.
Twatty Latte putting these bets in his parlays. Miami team total over 2.5. Cubs Miami first 5 over 4. San Diego team total over 2.5. Washington team total over 3.5. And Washington San Diego first 5 over 3.5. So why don't I'm not going to make a play on that game. Why don't we just move up to that Washington San Diego spot?
Yeah, an interesting game. Obviously, San Diego, a huge home underdog at first glance, even though Washington's great and Strasburg is great. At first glance, it seems like San Diego might be the play here with a little bit of value. But then other people in the morning were saying that is a trap and that most people saying they were going to pass. And the strongest opinions I saw in the morning were liking the over, which is obviously low because both pitchers have been good. Tyson Ross, I expect to get touched up a little bit more than he has been in previous starts going forward.
Yes, and a guy I follow, Track Gabe, he's a big poster on the SBR forum and a great capper, and he's all over the under here, and that gave me some concern. And I sat with it for an hour and a half, and I kept leaning towards the over. I keep looking at Strasburg thinking he's just not pitching as well this year as he's been pitching. 8 home runs allowed in 46 2/3. Yes, he has a 1.05 whip, but that's a 3.47 inflated ERA. And we've seen pitchers pitch in their hometown and not knock it out of the park, have too many things to deal with, be getting too many phone calls. That's what's happening here. Justin Searcy, just saying what up to the king. Sorry, Anthony L. Nats Padres over, and we just read Twatty Latte, who's got such a great read on totals, liking overs. Washington team total and the full game over, the first 5 over. You know what? So the Reds is not a lean I'm going to follow through on. Elio Rodriguez, though, liking Washington first 5 under, so thinking Ross will pitch well. Joe Anthony liking San Diego here. Tomor saying I'm on the over. I just think moving Harper to leadoff has changed the lineup. Turner is hitting better and Rendon too. Padres can't hit though, yes, but Hosmer has 3 home runs in his last 5 games. This is a lean I'm going to move with. It's still plus, right? It's still juiced to the under.
Which one?
The
total in that one. Yeah, let me see. Minus 101. It's creeping up just a little bit.
Creeping up. So I would have got a better spot had I done this
plus
earlier.
102. Plus 102 is what you're doing. Yeah, not that big of a deal.
Not big of a deal. Okay, I'm on it. Over 7.
Want it.
I'm going to run with my man Twatty. I'm going to run with Tomor. I don't like being on the other side of Elio, even though that's just for the first 5. I don't like that. I love being on the same side as Elio, but I like this. I'm on it.
Okay, over 7, -101 is the current line at Pinnacle, creeping up just a teeny bit. And Tuate Latte said that he liked the Miami team total over at 2.5. Right? I'm seeing threes. I'm looking to see where he might have gotten a 2.5. Maybe at Bet365. Let's see. Miami Marlins team total over 2.5. No, I'm actually seeing 3.5 at Bet365. I'm wondering where he's seeing a 2.5. I'm only seeing threes on that one, but that was a lean in the morning to me. The first 5 innings team total over 1.5 for Miami, and the full game over 3. Do you have anything more to say about that?
No, I'm not going to double or triple, or even, as we call it, get cute. I'd rather have both offenses for hopefully 9 innings, maybe 8.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was just talking about Miami.
Oh, sorry. We can go. Yes, because Get Money says early game picks, fellas. Yes. Sorry, I had a lean and I saw Twatty say that, and I just wanted to get to it right away. But yes, we'll go to the earlier games right now.
All right. Yeah. Let's go to the earlier games. Just go down chronologically. San Francisco, Philly. Jim has already taken the over at 9 on that one, and the line has definitely moved in San Francisco's favor up to a -120, so about a 15-cent move there. Nice job. I was thinking maybe San Francisco on the team total over 4.5 -113. What about that?
I have to think that Eflin, is not capable of doing what he just did. I have to think that. He looked awesome. And he's just not an awesome pitcher. I mean, look at his career numbers. He's got 22 starts. There's a reason why he wasn't in the starting rotation to start the year. And I have to think he's going to get touched. And
you think the Giants' bats are for real right now?
I do. They're a veteran group, so it's not a surprise necessarily that they weren't hammering everything out 10 games into the year. That always, to me, seems like the younger players start off the year much hotter than the 33, 34-year-old vets. So, yes, Jace Gum saying I like San Francisco money line, not applicable on San Francisco.
All right, I'm going to take a shot with San Francisco. First 5 innings, team total over 2 -137. That's the current line at Pinnacle. If Eflin comes in and goes 5 innings and gives up 1 or 0 runs, more power to him. Congratulations, and I'll eat a 1.37 units of loss. Feels like it's an okay thing to do, right?
I think that's a nice. Anytime you're getting just a 2. A dose on the board, you have to like it against a pitcher who pitched way over his head in his first start of the year. I think a Big L Corleone coming in saying Giants bats are hot.
And the problem with Samardzija is just that has not done well in Philly in his career, and this year he's looking like he's either giving him a little bit extra rest to get his velocity up. So I think you might be on the right side there, Jim. You're on the over 9.
Yeah, this is another spot that I could well, I shouldn't say another because I don't have any on this card, but this is a spot where I could see it double up, adding more than 1 unit on it. And in fact, I actually, now that I'm getting a -102, you're getting -137, so there's a little more risk involved. But in fact, I think I like your play better than my play.
Really?
I do.
Well, what about the Philly first 5 innings team total over, which is also only 2?
I like them both. Wow, I like them both. I would prefer, if we made that example earlier, if both lineups were equal, who would you rather have? I'd rather have the Shark in this pitching matchup. I know he's being lit up in Philadelphia, but he had a late start to the season. I expect him to start getting his shit together.
They're trying to give him some extra rest and all that.
Yeah, so to be honest, I think I like your play a little bit better than mine, but I'm just going to stick with this full game over 9.
Okay. Paco Healy says, I like that play here. I see San Francisco hanging a bunch of runs here. I'm just concerned San Francisco, coming off that big series in Atlanta, and now they go to a different stadium, and maybe psychologically they're just a little bit lackadaisical here.
Interesting, quite possible. And then something that takes confidence away from me immediately is Nostratoda saying, give me the under 9 and the under first 5. Way too high.
Wait, Nostratoda saying what?
He's on the under in this game on both first half and late. And
Dom Ricci just took Philly first 5 and the over. Samardzija 1-6 against NL East, 1-4 on the road. San Francisco 2.36 ERA previous to the Braves. So Dom Ricci liking Philly on the first 5 and the over. I'm on the Giants first 5 innings team total over. A little bit of a fade there of Eflin.
Yeah, Samardzija has this very, very high ERA. I mean, it's very small sample size at Citizens Bank Park. He's allowed 12 runs in 7 innings, and he's never looked good in 11 career appearances against the Phillies. But in saying all that, the only thing that concerns me about this over is that Noster's on the other side. Dom Ricci says over full game. Marco Lu says I don't trust Phillies bats. I feel comfortable. My man Marshall producing. Thanks for the Derby analysis, Jim. So happy that you cashed that shit. Very, very happy. I hit a $20 straight exactor, and then I had the $4 to the field. But fuck yeah, great job. It's just the only thing that I don't like is Nostra being on the other side. But I'm comfortable with it, and I'm not gonna be cute. Although I do think I like your play a little bit better than mine. I'm just gonna stick with this full game over.
Anthony L says, I'm on the Phillies. As a Cubs fan, I can tell you Shark has always sucked. Let's see. I don't know about that, but yeah, I hear you. Let me see. Other
Campsite Killer is another guy that I love hearing because he's Giants are his team. He's over on the West Coast, so I love getting their insights on this. He says, don't like fading my Giants, but I like Philly here. Like Pete said, Giants on the move. Philly get the first game, then Giants settle in. Yeah, so I'm hedging it a little bit. I'm taking the just the first 5 innings team total over, and I guess we can move on. I don't want to force plays, but also I don't want to make a boring show here. You know what I'm saying? No, I feel you. We want it to be exciting. Yeah. Kevin K says, Jimmy, if you had to pick a side, Julian, Giants or Phillies, and that's tough, man. I guess I just think that Eflin had this great first start, and I think he gets touched here. So what did I get, sir? Let me just see.
You got 9 minus 102.
No, but I mean on sides. What would you
on
get
sides, it's gotten bet up a little bit. It opened about even on both sides. Now it's up to minus 120. Although the Greek has minus 117 on San Francisco.
I think the sample size is so small for the Shark, and I just think Eflin pitched way over his head. And then Nostra Toda says, "Feel confident, man." He said, "It means nothing that I'm on the under," and that's not true. Nostra Toda, you're a monster, and I would prefer to be on the same side as you.
Okay, then the other 7 o'clock game, once again, Mets and Cincinnati. Once again, team total overs for the Mets. First 5 innings and a full game at 4.5. You think that the loss of Cespedes, how big is that? And what's your take on the Mets lineup with Cespedes out?
I looked at the lineup and it looked pretty good. It looked good enough, even without Cespedes, where I was like, no, they're fine. They're fine. Now, I mean, obviously they're 8-9 because they're batting the pitcher at the 8. Their 8-9 is very weak.
Yeah.
But no, they have enough power and they have enough speed and power. They can manufacture runs and So yeah, no, their lineup is strong enough. And I'm curious. I know you track your leans.
Yes.
And it's really very always interesting to see that. And I almost always follow through. I'm almost always very, very high percentage, but I think it's best, and it worked on Friday to not to really focus on the quality over quantity. So I'm not going to make a move here. And Don Rigi says Cespedes doesn't hit lefties anyway.
Yeah.
But what does that
Bailey's
matter? Bailey's a righty. I'm comfortable not being on this. And Cody AV says Cespedes is it.
Okay.
Oh, so wow, good. I got him in the baseball pool.
Okay.
Cespedes. Okay. Kiki Capone saying Cespedes is playing today. That even makes me happier that I'm not. I'm thankful that I didn't take the Reds. Very thankful.
All right. I'm going to take the Mets first 5 innings team total over 2.5. Once again, if Bailey throws a shutdown game, which I could easily see, then I will eat it. But I'm going to take first 5 innings over 2.5 minus 105 on the Mets. It's just, if Bailey gets crushed, I'm just going to be annoyed that I didn't give it. It's like, you know what I mean? It would be a lean if I didn't give it, and I have to give it. And also leaning on the full game, 4.5 for the Mets as well would be a lean. I'm just going to think about that just a little bit further. And now let's move on to the other games, the 8 o'clock games: Detroit, Texas, Miami, Chicago, and Minnesota, St. Louis. Jim already gave Minnesota. He got plus 122, and that is headed down just a little bit. Miami, Chicago. Tuate Latte says he likes Miami team total overs, which I would vaguely agree with as well. And then the big question is Fulmer against Moore. On paper, at first glance, it appears that Detroit has a big starting pitching edge there, but why did we not go on that one?
Well, I was concerned about the flu. I looked at the lineup. All the guys who are dealing with the flu are in the lineup. So yes, I do think that now that I've taken a good look at Detroit's lineup, that they should be the play here. I do think Moore will pitch better than he usually does, but I have to add this as a play. I really do. I have to add Detroit. I was waiting just to ensure that Castellanos was in the lineup. I wanted to see Candelario. The main thing I was looking for was Castellanos. Let me double check the lineup one more time, actually.
And the other thing is that the Mets are coming off of a rough home stretch where they were just not hitting and not winning, right?
Right.
I'm going to double up on that one. I'm going to take the Mets full game team total over 4.5 minus 135. Full game team total minus 139 at bet 365. Pin has 406. Ninja has 5. So I'm going to double up on that one. Okay, I think the closer we get to first, the more I'm going to get.
I mean, Kobe said earlier it's hard not to fade it. And this may be leaving money on the table. I really spot. My instinct was it became less strong as the day went on. But earlier I was have Bailey. Then
maybe so, yes, and it might be a 9-8 game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I'll get 2 units, and the lines are dead on. Minus 105 outside, right? And let's see. Then all right. So I did Bailey. I did Miami team, and this is an open. Washington D already took.
But so you want the Tigers game?
I'm gonna take the Tigers full game. 101. Jim's gonna take line plus 101.
A lot, and Matt Moore is awful this year, and you expect he may better start, Cabrera. And I think to see Kendall Castellanos in the line before I made that very comfortable waiting. And I think more do that.
Okay. And let's talk about, let's see, what else do we have here? Let's see, then the Washington-San Diego game. Jim already gave a pick on the Washington game. You gave a pick Oakland.
I did.
Money line plus 125. Moved about 4 cents. Well, actually 1 cent. Vegas has 124. Now at plus 118. That's nice there. I was thinking on the second half of this one.
Yeah, honestly, I don't feel that. Keuchel has pitched a little bit, and his numbers show. And his win-loss record is awful. It shouldn't be that way. Wow, a lot of guys saying, the stream keeps getting choppy and green keeps, the video is messing up.
Really?
But some are having it. But
that might be because it is the rainy season here to rain, and the rainy season does tend to affect our internet. I've known that from doing videos here for so long.
Yes, it was raining today, and our internet is very poor.
Oh shit! Oh no!
Yeah.
Show with Parlay Poppy saying show is tripping. Bobby Tagaloa says, with the show, we're losing viewers, losing ratings as we speak. We're losing. Dom Ricci, you guys are all jumbled up. Oh no!
Oh, he says, Goose, straight out of the homeless shelter, motherfucking named Goose, says it's YouTube. Other streams having problems too. So, all right. Well, you know what? Stream is extremely choppy, technical difficulties. But we got Bobby Robinson in the house.
I guess all we can do is wait. Let me see. Comments coming in. Yeah, the Parlay Poppy saying gonna have a seizure, so it looks like it's not. Dom Ricci says I'm on Astros best bet tonight. Can't understand anything you guys are saying, says Yanks guy. JK says this makes me sad, not watchable. Yeah, show is bugging, guys. Can't understand anything. Wanma can't watch this. Something's going on with the Wi-Fi.
And yikes.
Oh no. Oh, no.
Yeah, Red Ray says I owe my kid an apology.
Hill Country says unwatchable. It's YouTube, guys. Other streams are bad.
David Stewart says sorry, can't watch.
Predictions guy says it looks like a silent comedy with the mouths moving and sound. Rodriguez says it's worse.
No, man. It looks like Jimmy's busting flows, man.
No.
Like the sounds.
Oh no. So what do we do? David Stewart's out. Oh shit.
Adog says post final picks on Twitter.
Marshall Purdue says fucking chipmunks LOL. Can you respond to these guys? Are you on right now? Tell them sorry in all caps. Sorry in all caps. Oh, now fixed? Now it's fixed?
I don't know.
Jim, tell them caps. Caps lock. SORR.
This is not much fun.
We're so sorry. Yes.
You only see snow on the TV screen. I remember those days, Marco.
Oh my God! It just goes to it just goes to Elio Rodriguez saying let's use hand signs and chat. LOL. So I guess the video is fine. It's just that the audio is out of sync.
No, Brent Brooks says fixed now.
Fixed now.
Is that true? How many people we have left? We have about 50 people left.
JP says it's fine. Goose says you sound like the chipmunks. Let's talk slowly. Okay, you want to do that? In this spot, you have to fade Homer Bailey.
I like that.
No, they're saying we sound like the chipmunks. I know how to do that. I know how to. Is it still? Are we still having issues? What should we do?
Oh, starting to
come back. Maybe that's just because I was speaking normal because I spoke that one sentence in the super slow.
Leo says show has become a drunk set of stuttering buffoons.
Okay, well I'm trying to. I was told that we were talking like the chipmunks, and so I was trying to accommodate Not accommodate. What's the word for that? Fuck, I can't think of a word. What a weekend. What a week.
Okay,
Right.
J. Peach says, can we move on? We can hear you guys.
All right, sounds good. Thank you very much, J. Peach. All right, Jimmy the Bag. Anything you want to add in MLB? I am going to add Houston on the second half. Oakland is very good, but I like Houston on the second half here. I'm going to take Houston second half money line -140. I like Houston's bullpen, and I think that maybe going on the road here, they might get a little bit of a boost. So I'm going to take Houston second half -140. That means in today's show, Jim has added the Washington game over 7, Detroit money line +101. I've added the Giants first half team total over 2, Mets first half team total over 2.5, and full game team total over 4.5, and Houston second half money line -140.
Yeah, the only last game I would like just to make sure I'm comfortable not making a move on is this Marlins at Cubs.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking that I saw earlier before all the shenanigans happened that someone was saying big value on Miami on the first 5 innings at +200. Tuate Latte likes the team total overs, which is what I was thinking about as well. What, are comments coming in saying it's fucked up again?
Yeah, Kobe says Jimmy's voice is on when Pete talks and Pete's voice is on when Jimmy talks. Nothing wrong with that.
Oh God! All right, say thanks for sticking with us, and, and all in caps, Thanks for sticking with us. Yell out pics with fists in the air. I don't know what he's saying. I guess we're supposed to. Jim Tobleson says it's like watching a choppy porn you had to download on your parents' computer.
Good old days.
Wow, but J. Peach thinks down 100. So who the hell knows? Who the hell knows what's going on here? Sophie Gutierrez, Sophia does a fucking amazing job in the video department here. Says the audio on my end is still bad, but great job on the slow-mo and pressure beat. Thanks. I love Sophia. Such a wonderful person.
She is.
Such a wonderful person, and she was actually friends with Dave Malinsky. They were like kindred spirits. Yeah, really sad. But great that they're great people at all.
Absolutely.
All right, let's see. So what should we do? Should we keep going? Should we keep going? Yes.
Let's just keep rolling. J. Peach says it's like a Chinese TV show. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that at all. Okay. All right. So once again, let's just quickly talk about Miami, Chicago. I don't know what people are hearing right now, but do you want to make a pick on that game, Jim?
Anil Frank also with the Astros team total over 4.5. I get that play. I love what Blake Trinan's doing at the back of that bullpen. 2 innings, 3 innings, no harm, no foul for him. He loves it. I'm uncomfortable with my A's bet a little bit, but home dog, I get why I made it. With Marlins Cubs, I don't know exactly what to do. I mean, there's been talk about how the Cubs hit lefties hard last year. They're clearly not doing it this year. Noster Toda comes in and says, Cubs on the super run line. Wow. Madden loaded the righties up, and Jarlin can't throw strikes. Wow. And then Carlos Coves on the exact opposite, Miami run line. Wow.
Andrew Curran said, glad it's mostly working again. We love you guys. We love you, yes. Andrew Curran. We love you, and I especially love you. Thank you so much, Andrew Curran. Jesus Christ. All right, so let's go over the picks once again, and then let's just move on to the NHL and NBA. All right, once again, these are Jimmy's plays from the morning. Oakland money line +125, Twins money line +122, and Philly over 9 -102. And he's added Washington, San Diego over 7, and Detroit money line +101. I've taken San Francisco first half team total over 2, Mets first half team total over 2.5, Mets full game team total over 4.5, and Houston second half money line -140. All right, Jim, how about that?
That sounds good. Let's get a quick update on Celtics. Wow, Celtics up 24-21 in that first quarter was very low scoring.
Yep, that's what I thought. I thought the first quarter was going to be a first quarter under was what I was thinking about. So I guess let's jump to NHL because we do have a 7 o'clock NHL game. Just give me 1 second here. Jimmy the Bag and I are both on the Penguins, and I jumped on them first, and Jimmy the Bag late in the morning show decided that he was going to go on them as well. Clearly, Jimmy feeling a little bit nervous that he has futures bets on Pittsburgh and futures picks on Pittsburgh, and that they're down 3-2. It's an elimination game. I don't know. Game 7 is something we'll think about when it happens. Obviously, it's a major, massive favorite line here against a team that's so great in Washington. And some people were suggesting that the line is just too big in the morning show to pass on Washington. I took Pittsburgh -1, and Jim also took the under, which I would agree with as well.
Yes. One quick last note on the baseball we're talking about. Anthony L. Jarlin is a huge regression candidate. None of his metrics are sustainable. I think that's a very, very good Anthony L. I think that's a really good point on Jarlin Garcia.
Oh, okay. Yes.
But yes, I'm concerned. I'm concerned. No question. And Nostra told us saying, let's go A's. Jimmy, big series, can jump the Stros. And then all of a sudden, Nostra's 70-1 to win the division, and my 50-1 to win the division starts looking real fucking good.
Yeah,
and,
Oakland.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I lose a lot of units. I lose I took the Penguins late in this series to win the series at plus 150. I've got them on -1 right here. I've got them to win the East and to win the Cup. I will lose 4 units, and that's uncomforting. Bobby Robinson saying Pens. Oh, wow. Marco Lu, Capitals. Nicholas Backstrom is not playing tonight. And I said that. I said that he does not look right. Man, I said that Carlson will be back, but I don't know if Backstrom will be. And Trotz kept saying Backstrom's going to be in there. Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Gotta think it's a great play there. Did you yes, Jimmy actually in the morning show did actually take -1, not the puck line.
Yeah.
The puck line would have been plus 160, but I took -1, and so did Jimmy, and it's still right about where it was in the morning show. I did bet this one, and I would agree with you. With Backstrom out, does that make you like the under even more?
It does.
It does, right?
Yeah, it certainly does. Makes me like the under even more, and it's great. I like taking the under in both these games. I feel like at this point in the series, it's going to be tight checking. Marco Lu says Caps missing Backstrom. Apparently, that's great. Absolutely great. And JP says, I like watching the under. This is going to be a boring-ass game.
Yeah.
The more boring this game is, the better the Penguins' chances are.
Yeah.
That's the way they want to play. They want it to be 3-1 or 4-1 at the end of this game.
You know what? It was a lean for me on the under as well, and I'm going to take it. Jim took it at 6 -105 in the morning show, and right now I'm going to be able to get 6 -105. Has not moved a lick since the morning. I'm on Pittsburgh -1. Jim's on Pittsburgh -1. Jim's on the under. I'm on the under, and Jim had a lean to the first period under, but he didn't take it.
I didn't take it, and I still do have a lean. I just and last time I took with the Capitals Penguins, I took the under first period 1.5, and the under 6 full game. I broke even, and I like that. I do like this first period under. Is it a plus line?
What?
The under 1.5?
Yes, it was in the morning. It was under 1.5 at plus. Now it would be plus 108. But I'll tell you what, I kind of actually like the full game under more on this one than the first period.
I
wouldn't be surprised if Pittsburgh jumps out to a 3-zip lead.
I would be happy, very happy. But you're right. You're right. I agree. I don't think it makes sense to double up here. Lamont Williams saying Jimmy and Peter, I got one question. If I take Pittsburgh first period -0.5, what's that mean in the NHL? It means that Pittsburgh has to win the first period.
Right. So if they, I take a lot of first period money lines and stuff, but then you get a lot of pushes. Pittsburgh on the first period right now is -165, which is interesting. The first period -0.5 would be plus 146, but then of course Pittsburgh has to actually win the first period, otherwise you lose. So a 0-0. If you take the money line, a 0-0 or 1-1 first period, you got to push.
Yeah.
It's tempting to take Pittsburgh at -165 as well in the first period, but what do you think?
It's tempting. It's no question. It's tempting. I have enough already. My units will get trashed if they lose. My man Nosa saying rooting for your future, Jimmy. Thank you, Nosa. Thank you, man. I really do think that. Oh, and then here Marco Lu says I don't trust Penguins goalie. I tell you what. Twali Latte saying Matt Murray's glove is just downright embarrassing. I think Matt Murray steps up. He's there's no reason he should be being outplayed by Holtby and Barry Bangun says, or Barry Bangun says, "Hail King LeBron." I still think Matt Murray can outplay Holtby. This Penguins team can outplay the Capitals team, and then I'll be very worried about Game 7 and may have to make a hedge play there. But I need to get there first. I'm not going to hedge right now.
Absolutely. And all right, so that just about does it. Jim and I are both rolling with the Pens, as well as my best friend and yours, Al Pacino / Tony Soprano, $5,000 on the Penguins. May we all cash, right, Jim?
May we all cash.
Absolutely. You, me, everyone else on the Pens, and my best friend and yours, Al Pacino / Tony Soprano. Shout out to Al Pacino, straight out of New Jersey. All right, Jim. Okay, that's it. We're both on Pittsburgh -1. We're both on the under, and that's about it. And then in the NHL game, Winnipeg Nashville, I took the first period under. Pekka Rinne, what's up with him? At this point, it's a little bit of an educated guess, right? It's a little bit hard to say, but we know what Nashville's going to want to do, right? I think for at least one period they'll be able to, and I took the first period under 1.5 plus 105.
I think that's a good play. I think it's a great play, or a good play.
Jim took the full game under at 6 minus 112.
And I'm comfortable there. And Brent Brooks, who no one's been hotter than, is giving us scores. He's predicting us, giving us the scores for the game. Says Pens win 5-3, Preds win 4-2. And that would be bad for me. I mean, it would be good enough because our -1 line would hit. Mohamed Joma coming in with his scores. Pens 4-1, Jets 5-3. I love this shit, man. Yes, I think that the only chance the Predators have is doing exactly what they did in Game 4, clogging up the zone. They got big boys. They got great defensive forwards. And they got to clog up the zone and win face-offs and dump and chase and get goals from the point. And I think they can do that. And that's why I'm on the under 6. So my expectation is if the under 6 hits, the Predators win. You could correlate them. And one play that Elio was talking about was Elio was saying that his buddy has 5K on the Predators and he's just going to blindly tail. And
on the Preds,
yeah, on the Preds. And I love what Subban said. And I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Subban. I know a lot of guys don't like Subban. I'm a fan of Subban, and I like the player. I knew that play was trash, or the trade was trash for Weber. The Corsi numbers were like saying, "Are you idiots?" The Montreal Brass. You really think that these Corsi numbers are just worthless? And I think Nashville's got all the pieces for veteran leadership, face-off winners. And I expect them to play well. Now, Kylo Ren does not. Says Jets win 5-2. Thomas says favorites on the puck line have done well in elimination games. I'm on Winnipeg plus 195. Puck line full game. Bobby Robinson, Jets, whiteout.
Yeah, interesting. I was thinking about Nashville on the first period plus a half goal. I just feel like the first period's going to be 0-0, maybe 1-0 Preds. Something like that. I feel like the Preds are going to come out and really just hit him in the mouth for at least one period.
If the Preds are a big, strong hockey team, the problem is that Bufflin's the biggest, and it just he's been awesome in this series. And I remember how awesome he was with the Blackhawks when they went to the Cup. He's a very, very important player. Parlay Poppy says, love the play of Preds with the under 6. It's a really nice correlated play.
All right, you know what I'm also going to add? I am going to add on Nashville first period plus a half. First period plus a half. So if it's tied, I win. It's a big favorite line, obviously, minus 183. But, I think this one is going to be 0-0 or 1-0 Nashville after the first period. And I'm going to take a shot with that one.
I really, really agree with you. Yeah. I just don't want to double up on this game. But I really, really agree with you. And we saw that work in Game 5. I mean, in Game 5, it was 0-0 after the first. And you had to think, another low-scoring game. And then they explode for 6 goals in the second.
So, if Pekka Rinne gets lit up in the first period, which is possible, then I'll eat a bunch of units and loss. But as of right now, I took the first period under 1.5 plus 105, and I'm also taking the Nashville first period plus a half goal line at minus 183 at Pinnacle, and I think that's about it. Let's see yep, there you go. Predictions guy just said Preds first period plus a half. Preds first period plus a half.
What is the line you get on that? Preds
minus 183, which you're going to get a big favorite line. Obviously. And JK says it's not that Nashville looks bad. It's just the Jets look so good in every facet.
They do look so good. And I mean, they were playing well when they were dealing with all the injuries in the last 25 games of the year. So the fact that all the injuries have come back, now I still don't think they should play Kulikov, but the fact that all of these injuries have been, they're almost all healthy now, they're a very dangerous team.
Great news for the low bagger, says Al Pacino. Tony Soprano will be in Las Vegas for the IFBC, so everyone who comes will meet Tony Soprano, the made man in New Jersey. First drink is on me, Tony Soprano. My best friend and yours, Tony Soprano. And yours, Jimmy. Okay? And yours, Brooksy. Yes, you too, Brooksy. And yours, Tomorino Tomor. All right, listen.
Matt McCursey saying Nash is going to lose Brent Brooks. Should have just set your money on fire, buddy. Brent Brooks is not been lighting his money on fire. He's been cashing tickets, man. He's been playing he's been excelling in the NHL handicapping game. And the fact that he's on Nashville does give me more confidence.
All right. I just realized that the segment where we were supposed to go to the Twitter was in the middle of when everything went to shit. So, Johan, what should we do? Do you want to do the Twitter stuff now? We can do it. All right. Before we get to the last NBA game, which we will get to, already, of course, Jimmy the Bag and I have given a pick on Toronto. We will quickly get to the Twitter segment. We're going to see, do we have any tweets coming in, Johan? All right. Am I supposed to be able to read it up here? Okay. It's off, though. It's off, though.
I'm sure it'll pop on.
Is it supposed to pop on? Yeah. It is supposed to pop on. All right, maybe not. Maybe not. All right, let's see. That's okay. We're trying to get the Twitter on the screen so Jim and I can read it, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll see what's going on here. Dead air. What a crazy show.
Air.
It's been a crazy weekend. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. I'm just trying to do my best in every minute of this show that I possibly can. Sometimes my best is not very good. Sometimes my best is awesome, though, Jim.
It is.
I've had a rough couple of weeks.
And a lot of people want to know what Johan looks like. You know, they've seen Larry now. They've seen Juanma. Johan, you're going to have to put your face on the screen, man. They need to know.
All right.
They need to know. They have questions.
Why don't we just put it up on, there it is. No.
Okay.
Let's just
I could always do the jerk off. Everybody seems to like me smashing
let's just throw it up on the screen. Jim will read it, and why don't we throw it up on the screen? And while we're getting into that, while Johan is throwing it up on the screen, let's just talk about the one NBA game that is left. Jim and I have already given our picks. We gave Toronto plus 5.5, both in the morning show. And before I came in today, it was actually 5 across the board, no 5.5s. Now it's a split line. There are 5.5s available, so some money coming in on Cleveland.
Yes, and I get why that's happening. I truly do. Our friend Brandon Cummings coming in saying, what's up, Low Bagger? Sorry I'm late for the evening show. It's been smooth as silk, baby. We have had a very smooth show. Yeah, I get it, man. The Cavaliers have made the Raptors look like a very weak basketball team.
Yeah, I just feel like whether Cleveland gets a sweep or not, the game goes down to the wire. You know what I mean? Might be another buzzer beater by LeBron. Maybe Toronto hits a buzzer beater, but one way or another, feel like it's going to come down to the last couple shots. And so I took the Toronto cushion plus 5.5. And our friend, what's his name? Mark Lewis. In the morning, who called for a Boston money line win, also likes Toronto plus the points here. Not money line, but plus the points.
Yeah, no doubt about it. The Raptors getting the points, it should. You know what? All the horrible things that have been said about DeRozan bothered me, and they're mostly coming from Toronto. They're coming from people on Toronto on social media saying terrible, terrible things about him. I care about the guy. I'm a fan of his. We are lucky to have him, and I expect him to step up. Now, he should not be defending LeBron at any point in this game. Let him focus on scoring the basket. Try and keep him off of ISOs. Can't Casey do that? Why is he called ISOs? Just try to move the ball around and have DeRozan driving to the hoop.
And then I love this. In the midst of all the chaos and everything, Walter Trotter III says, in all caps, hit the fucking like button, fam. Shout out to Walter Trotter III, who took the time to friggin' do that. Thank you so much, Walter Trotter III. All right, so we can come back to this and discuss a little bit more if we want. Jim and I are both on the Raptors plus the points. You want to get to the tweet? All right.
Okay.
Yes. Can you read it, Jim?
I can't, but it'll be coming up on the screen in any moment.
And yes, coming up on the screen any moment, and we will address this tweet. We're going to read this damn tweet.
We're
if it's the last thing we do in this show.
This fucking tweet's going to
We're going to read this tweet.
This tweet's going to
Come on, baby. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it up on the show.
But it's good. Oh, it's because it's 30 seconds behind.
Yeah, because there's a 30-second delay.
Don't worry, we're going to get this fucking tweet in, man.
Johan, why don't you just read the tweet out?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
We're losing viewers by the minute.
We're losing viewers by the minute. Yeah, this is not our best work.
I haven't been in peak form for a couple weeks now, so I can't single-handedly save this show.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, here we go.
What is Pete's idea of what the double slit experiment ultimately proves?
Oh, come on. There's a double slit experiment. I encourage everyone to learn about what that is on YouTube. And not that complicated. There are lots of 10-minute videos that explain what it is. That is way beyond the scope of this video. I would love to answer that question, but we will. If I start answering that question, then we will seriously lose viewers, and then I seriously really might get fired. So I cannot. Who tweeted that out?
Andres Galarraga.
Okay. All right. Andres Galarraga. All right. So.
See. Wow. I knew not. All I know about the double slit experiment was creating your own double slit here, right here, and then
Right.
then giving that. I thought that was the double.
Yeah, there
slit.
you go. Andres Galarraga. What is Pete's idea of what the double slit experiment ultimately proves? Did you know, Jim? This is not actually a joke. There is a tiny percent of women who are actually born with 2 vaginas. That you can Google that also. I would also recommend you Googling that as well.
I will.
Both women who are born with 2 vaginas and the double slit experiment. What does it ultimately prove? The answer is it doesn't prove that much. It suggests a whole hell of a lot, and I guess we can go to the next tweet. That's
I'm aroused.
coming in here.
I'm
Here are
aroused.
some picks. Joey Ruiz, Cavs full game -5. Okay. Celtics +7. Okay. MLB Giants full game -122. 3 nice solid picks there. Jim and I are on the Raptors.
Yes, I like it. And who just said that they were on the Raptors as well? King Rail, and that's a good guy to work with. And Jay Peach says this Twitter thing hasn't been very productive.
You know, there's some people who think that our NHL picks haven't been very productive. That's their opinion. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I disagree with it. I'm just saying that's one man's opinion. Kobe Valentine says this show is a mess, LOL. But usually when one things go bad, others go well. So our plays will crush tonight. Jim, you know I've been having a rough couple weeks. Normally, like LeBron James, I can single-handedly save anything with some jokes, but I just can't do it today. I just don't have the energy. I don't have the internal fortitude right now. I've had a rough couple weeks, as you know, Jim. Are we going to be okay? Are we going to be okay? Are people going to come back and watch this show next week and this week?
I don't know. They're Al Pacino's hammering on Brent Brooks, who is our best NHL handicapper, and Brent Brooks left us. Left the show, said, sorry, Jimmy Pete, too many fucks today. Love you guys. Good luck. Yeah, things are, this is not our best work. This is not what we will send in to the Emmys.
I feel like LeBron James, who just like totally bricked a buzzer beater shot.
Yes,
I can normally save a show like this. In fact, normally I actually crave shows like this because they give me unique opportunities to make jokes, but I just don't have it in me today, Jim.
Tomor says the over-under for Twitter on the show is now 2 days.
There you go. All right. Well, we will see. Tune into the show in 2 days to see if Tom Marino is correct on that one. Anything else? Any final words, Jim? Once again, let's just do a very, very, very quick review. Again, in the Toronto game, Jim and I are both taking the Raptors +5.5. Again, in the Pittsburgh Penguins game, Jim and I are both taking the Penguins -1 and the under. And in the Winnipeg game, I'm taking the first period under. I'm taking Winnipeg first period +0.5, and Jim is taking the under in the Winnipeg game. And in the MLB game, once again, I'm taking Houston on the second half. Jim's going with the over in Washington, San Diego. Jim is also taking, he decided to do it, to take Detroit at +101. That might be a no-brainer in retrospect. And Jim also going with the youngster Romero to have a good start. Jim got him at +122. It's now down to +119 at Intertops, down to +115 at Pinnacle. So some money coming in on Minnesota. Maybe Minnesota on the first 5 innings is even good.
Yeah, I like the spot for Minnesota, but I agree. North Dakota thinks that, come on, the Cardinals aren't tired. And this wasn't about the Cardinals team being tired. To me, my action, this is more about the bullpen being exhausted. That's my thought, is just the bullpen being exhausted. And Lamont Williams says, okay, Jimmy the Bag, tell Peter to write this down and give me luck tomorrow. Miami first half money line. Washington Nationals money line. Washington plus Texas Rangers.
Okay, hold on one second. Let me see. So what? So read it again to me, Jim.
Miami first half money line.
Okay. What else?
Washington Nationals money line.
Okay.
Washington plus. And Texas Rangers money line.
What does that mean, Washington plus?
I'm not sure.
Washington and Texas money line. Okay, and that is from Lamont Williams. I have written it down. Last few things I wrote down did not go well for the people who asked me to write it down, but I'm going to write this one down from Lamont Williams. Kobe Valentine loves the Raptors, especially if Boston wins. NBA won't want 2 sweeps. They want more money and extended series. I agree with that. And just in general, it's a lot of points to be giving. I mean, don't forget, this Raptors series could be 2-1 Raptors. I mean, the first game went into overtime. You know, LeBron hit the buzzer beater. Great shot. But, I mean, the Raps could have won that game. You know what I'm saying?
It's nice to hear that, because if you have friends from Toronto, they're shitting all over this team.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know why. You know, a few bad breaks for the Cavs, and they'd be down 2-1. All right, should we wrap this show up, Jim?
We should. It was a bit of a mess.
Yeah.
We our numbers took a beating. But those that stuck with us, They're the ones we really care about. Mark Lewis got here late. He doesn't know what happened. He doesn't know what happened. He's like, why are there 150 people, only 150 people watching your show?
Did he really say that?
No, but
no. Okay. Yeah. Well, listen. We're through good times and bad times, right, Jim? The ups and the downs. This is what we're trying to do. You know, you're never as good as when you are at your best. You know, you are never as bad as when you are at your worst. And we just try to make this show as good as we possibly can, day in and day out. It's a little bit of a slog, Jim. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
A lot of energy, a lot of research, a lot of dedication. You know, we do the best we can, and that's all anyone can really ask for. I'd love to see fucking someone sit in these seats and do better. I'm sure they could. I just would love to see it. That's what I'm saying.
Sounds like a great show.
Sounds like a great show. Yeah. All right. Is that it?
That's it. We'll finish with a couple guys who NBA are just great cappers NBA. King Rail says, I'm not on anything tonight. Lean Raptors might still take it. And Tomor says, Raptors could have won game 1, but that was a horrible spot for Cleveland, and LeBron was horrible. And then Tomor says, NBA fucked Toronto by not calling flagrant on Love. Change the whole series. God, he elbowed DeRozan right in the face, and nothing was called. And Atlas
9001 Oop Party says, you guys are still the shit. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Atlas. Thank you so much. Can we wrap up now?
Let's do it.
Cut. We'll see you tomorrow at 12 o'clock Eastern time.